SpaceX has captured the world's imagination with Starship, the towering 120-meter rocket that promises to send humans to Mars. But if you've been following the test flights, you've seen it explode, fail to separate, or tumble out of control. So what's going on? Why is the world's most powerful rocket failing so spectacularly? Today we're going to break down the technical challenges, the ambitious goals, and what's really happening with SpaceX's Starship, and why, despite all the fiery setbacks, there's still reason to believe it will succeed. Founded in 2002 by Elon Musk, SpaceX has always had one mission: making humanity a multi-planetary species. From launching the first private spacecraft to reach orbit, to the reusable Falcon 9, SpaceX has been steadily rewriting the rules of rocketry. But Starship is the centerpiece of this grand vision. It's designed to be a fully reusable super heavy launch vehicle that can carry massive payloads to orbit, the moon, and eventually, Mars. With a payload capacity of over 100 tons and a height surpassing even the legendary Saturn V, Starship represents a quantum leap in rocket design. But more than just size, it's about making access to space affordable and sustainable. Imagine rockets launching and landing like airplanes, ready to go again in days instead of years. That's the idea behind Starship. Starship's reusability could slash launch costs dramatically, from tens of thousands of dollars per kilogram to just a few hundred. That's a game changer for everything from deploying massive satellite constellations to sending cargo to the moon, and eventually, ferrying colonists to Mars. And Starship isn't just about far-off dreams. NASA has already chosen a variant of Starship as the lunar lander for the Artemis III mission. So, the success of Starship isn't just a SpaceX goal, it's a cornerstone of NASA's return to the moon, too. To achieve this, SpaceX is pushing technology to the very edge. At the heart of Starship's power are the Raptor engines, full-flow staged combustion engines that burn methane and liquid oxygen. This is a huge leap forward in engine design. Methane burns cleanly, reducing carbon buildup and making engines easier to reuse. But methane's biggest advantage: it can be produced on Mars from water ice and carbon dioxide, a critical part of Elon Musk's plan to refuel Starship on the Red Planet. Each of the 33 Raptor engines in the Super Heavy booster can produce about 230 tons of thrust. That's over twice the power of NASA's Saturn V engines. And it's not just raw power. The engines need to be able to throttle, gimbal, and survive rapid turnarounds, something never attempted at this scale before. The rocket itself is a feat of material science. Instead of lightweight carbon composites, SpaceX chose stainless steel. Cheap, robust, and able to withstand temperatures of 800 degrees Celsius during re-entry. While it's heavier than composites, the sheer size of Starship and its fuel capacity makes this trade-off possible. Starship's re-entry is also unique. Unlike capsules that re-enter blunt end first, Starship uses a belly flop maneuver, using its large flaps to control descent like a skydiver. This allows it to bleed off speed in the thin upper atmosphere before flipping upright for a vertical landing burn. But pulling off this maneuver with a rocket this big is no easy task. It requires millisecond precision and flawless flight software. Add to that the challenges of managing massive tanks of cryogenic propellant, controlling propellant slosh in zero-G, and keeping systems working in the vacuum of space, and you start to see just how ambitious Starship truly is. Let's talk about the most visible part of Starship's journey so far: the spectacular failures. In April 2023, the first integrated flight test, or IFT-1, lifted off with an awe-inspiring 16 million pounds of thrust, the most powerful rocket ever launched. But that power came at a price. The exhaust shattered the launch pad, sending concrete flying and damaging engines almost immediately. As it climbed, multiple engines failed, and the rocket couldn't complete stage separation. It tumbled out of control and was deliberately destroyed after nearly 4 minutes of flight. Here's the thing, these failures aren't signs of defeat, they're part of SpaceX's DNA. Elon Musk has said that they measure success by how much they learn, not whether the rocket survives. This rapid, iterative testing philosophy is completely different from the cautious approach of NASA's Apollo era. In that world, one failure could set back years of work. For SpaceX, each failed flight is a step towards a rocket that actually works. What's next? SpaceX is working through 63 corrective actions mandated by the FAA. These include tougher pad defenses, better propellant management, and smarter engine control software to avoid engine-out scenarios. And future flights will test in-space refueling, a critical piece for deep space missions. Meanwhile, Starship isn't just about Mars. It's also central to NASA's Artemis III moon mission. In just a few years, a variant of Starship is set to land astronauts on the lunar surface. A modern-day Apollo moment, but bigger and more sustainable. And for Mars, Starship's huge payload capacity and ability to be refueled in orbit are the keys to turning science fiction into reality. It's not just about getting there once. It's about building a future where Mars is within reach for anyone. So while Starship's journey has been filled with dramatic setbacks, each one is a step towards rewriting the rules of space travel. Will it succeed? The odds are daunting. But if history is any guide, SpaceX won't stop until Starship is not just flying, but ferrying humans to Mars and beyond. Like, subscribe and stay tuned for more deep dives into the future of space.